Method's got it! Unbelievable!
Episode 7 of Lil and Ben, and it is a Lily Mithen birthday special. It's your birthday tomorrow. This will probably go out tomorrow, so happy birthday.
Oh, thanks so much. It's not my birthday. It's tomorrow. Thank you. 23? Don't know how I feel about 23. There's this meme going around at the moment that's like, send your love to those born in 1998. No one wants to be 23. And I was like, well, okay. I don't know what's wrong with 23, but sure.
Bit of a nothing age, maybe.
Probably.
Any plans for tomorrow?
No.
Other than training?
Working. Hopefully they do something nice for me. Sometimes people get cupcakes, so maybe that would be nice. If my boss is listening, I'm at cupcakes. And then training. So nothing. Dinner tonight.
Very exciting birthday.
Yeah.
All right, I'll introduce our guest.
Who's way more exciting than the story I've just told.
Slow start, it'll come good.
Yep.
Our guest is one of our favourites. Now, off the back
Yours.
off the back of a great game, 22 disposals, team high, 10 contested possessions, 7 first possessions, 6 loose ball gets, 6 tackles, 5 clearances, 4 score involvements. That's a great game. But I want to talk about...
Karen Paxman, surely.
No. She's topped her in all of those.
Wow.
This girl that
This
the
is
fans
big.
won't know who it is, even though her
That
name
would
will be on the
always be
video.
Karen Paxman. But no, it's not.
This girl is 5th in the competition for tackles.
Wow.
6th for clearances.
That's good.
10th for contested possessions.
Damn.
15th for disposals, equal
Shit.
with Erin Phillips, if you've heard of her.
Oh,
Averaged 10 disposals last year, 20 this year.
that's double.
It is. Most improved in the comp. A lock for Rising Star.
Like, sign her up. Give her the cash. Give her the cash. I
Hello,
wanna
Hanksy.
click. Hello, thanks for having me.
That's
Wait,
the-
who is it? Who
Tyla
is it?
Hanks.
Wow.
That's the best intro we've ever had for anyone
Hanksy.
on this podcast. Lil, you said she took a while to warm to you. Has she warmed yet?
Oh, definitely. It's hot. No.
How is your relationship, Hanksy?
Yeah, good. Lily took me under her wing a bit. She's been very close, so
But the closeness was too much early.
yeah.
I just went too hard too early, which is fair enough. It's a bit overwhelming. Hanksy was new. Most people think she's pretty shy and quiet, which she would probably agree with. So me was just a bit overwhelming. But she has learned to accept that and embrace that, and now we're great friends.
We're in
And
a
I
great
love her.
spot. Love nice and early. I wanted to mention that I'm not a big tweeter personally. People don't really care about my opinions. So I went through my Twitter history. 5 of my last 13 tweets have been about Tyla Hanks. This is because I find that in AFLW, a lot of the best players are the ones with media personalities. People with the media attention get all the credit. And Hanksy probably hasn't had the media exposure as same as some of the other players. So I was just trying to push her case for Rising Star. We got her nominated, and hopefully it goes on to get her the top award. You've had a very impressive start to the year. You must be feeling at least confident in your
Ben's
own game
getting excited.
you've come a long way in probably 12 months.
Yeah, definitely. I think a big improvement, but I think even just my position in the team, I just feel a bit more comfortable and got great people like Lily around me. And the mids have all been really good. So, yeah, just feeling more comfortable in my role.
Unfortunately, not a good result on the weekend, Lil. 35 points to the Magpies. 3 goals, 20 in the past 2 weeks.
It's an issue.
It is an issue.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know. We're just broken down a little bit forward of centre at the moment. So that's an area. It's an area we started really like the season. We were super accurate and kicking goals left, right, and centre. But yeah, I don't know what. Like we've played really strong defensive teams, which obviously force you to just kick down the line, sort of blaze away, and not really have much method going forward. So yes, it's been an opposition thing, but yeah, I think we need to sharpen up and change a few things because. What was it? 3 goals, 20. Yeah, it's not going to win you 2 games of footy, is it?
Not ideal.
No.
Up against a pretty good midfield too. How did you find that battle? Some big names, Davey, Chiocci, Benici.
Yeah, it was tough. They're a great midfield. I got stuck on Davey a few times and she got rid of me pretty easily. But, yeah, I think even just their work around the ball and their hands around the contest got us a few times. So that's an area to improve as well.
I was sitting up in the stands directly in front of Maggie Karras and Mia Kendall. Some of the conversations going on there between a couple of 18-year-olds were very interesting.
What did you learn?
I've got two comments that I wrote down. One from Maggie Karras when we were trailing 28-3 and Maddie Gay was lining up for goal. I think we definitely need this. I turned around and said, oh, that's a good observation.
Yeah.
But one of my favourite ones, one of the Collingwood girls hit the post and she said, "Why isn't the aim to hit the post? It's harder." So she thinks you should get more points for hitting the post, which, I don't know. Thoughts on that logic?
I think that logic is probably a logic I had when I was maybe like 6 years old and have since moved on from that.
Yeah.
But good on you, Max. Let's revolutionise the game.
There were some real young sort of conversations going on there.
Yeah.
We want to talk a little bit about Hanksy. We'll start with the Bunnings commercial. So
a good one.
It was a good
It's a
one.
good place to
Hopefully
start.
people saw that last year. Hanksy on the TV, pumping up a former workplace.
Bunnings Warehouse.
How did they rope you in? Like, we struggle to get you to do media. How did they rope you into that one?
Cash.
Yeah, not gonna lie. Maybe that was an incentive. That's it.
Sure and sweet. I was doing a lot of Googling trying to get a bit of dirt on you, Hanksy, and then I found some random Melbourne blogger, and his comment about the ad was, "I rated her performance below that of Mitch Clark for Ultra Tune and Daisy Pearce for Chemist Warehouse, but above Jack Watts for Energy Watch." So not the worst Melbourne commercial ever. How long was the filming? What was the experience like?
It was 2 days. I wouldn't say I'd enjoyed it.
2 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is
It was
that
a
long
well-made
or
ad.
short?
I think that's long.
Oh yeah, it was 2 days. We went a few venues from Coralline to home and then here. Yeah, it was all right, but yeah, not exactly my favourite thing to do. Clearly.
They followed, when you did that, that was that same media crew, right, that followed you at training?
Oh, they had like 8 cameras
They
here.
had 8 cameras and we were all just trying to train and we're like, why is there just like a full
I know.
operation happening? And he's saying he just sent him just training along.
Mm.
Yeah, they were intense.
Yeah, they were.
I also found a quote from you in a 2018 article. This is a good one, actually. So talking about Bunnings, obviously you worked there, so that's why you were in the ad. You said, "You learn so much about things people should know, like painting a house and do-it-yourself skills." Have you painted many houses? Or
I actually did get roped into painting the house with my dad during isolation. Bit of risky business standing on the side of a roof, but
skills learnt at Bunnings?
yeah, we actually implemented it.
You did some other things in isolation. You got the urge to buy a jet ski.
Oh yeah, I did that. We have to take it out together.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I'm putting my hand up. I really
Yeah.
want to go on the jet ski. But tell us about it.
Yeah, a little bit of a isolation thing. Me and my brother just thought, why not? Something fun to do. He has recently pulled out of his half of the jet ski. Can no longer afford it. So I'm stuck with it. But
A few more
it's
commercials
mine, so
required.
yeah, I'm stuck with it, but now I get to use it myself. So
That's good.
Are there many like places to use it in Pakenham? Is that where you live?
not in Pakenham. No, you have to travel a bit. But we've been going to Mornington. Yeah, mainly there.
Do you think it's just like a ISO, like, oh my god, this is such a great idea. Let's do it, ISO. Or
yeah.
is it genuine?
I think it's genuine.
It's going to stay.
Yeah, it's going to stay. We've got a place at Echuca, so we can always leave it up there and everyone will use it.
And
Fingers
then you
crossed anyway.
will charge them to
Yeah.
get your money back? Or are you just going to be really kind and
Nah, I'll be
offer?
kind. They can take.
You
they
are
can
so
take it
kind.
out as long as there's no damage.
You recently got a golden retriever puppy as well, which is exciting for anyone really.
Oh,
who's around.
guess what she named it?
Oh,
Can you reveal the name to the fans?
Daisy, in honor of Daisy Pearce. No, it wasn't really. It wasn't really. Didn't actually have any correlation to Daisy, but
How did that
Daisy.
name come about then? When your captain clearly is named Daisy.
I didn't even think of that at the time until we got on Zoom
It's
and
got
then
some holes,
everyone
this story.
outed me. I think it's just a name everyone in my family liked, and we just went with it. And then got on Zoom and showed everyone. I was like, oh shit! Now everyone's going to
it's
do
funny though,
Daisy
because
Pearce.
Jim Plunkett, who's head of people and culture, that's his title.
He'll love a shout out too.
Oh, we love Jim. Jim's a great guy. Sat next to him at dinner the other night. I had a good chat. But he revealed to me that he also has a golden retriever and named it Daisy.
Unbelievable.
We compared photos the other night.
Yeah,
Must-
his is pretty cute too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a bit cuter than my Daisy.
No,
Oh,
no.
Can't say
don't
that. I've got a golden retriever as well, so let's
Dude,
throw it in the
what's
mix.
yours called?
Sassy.
Ooh.
I moved
wow.
out because of the name. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is your uni. So you've just rocked up here straight from uni, studying exercise science and high school teaching.
Yeah,
How's that
that's it.
going?
Yeah, good. I also just finished 3 weeks of placement out in Mornington, which was good. A little bit hard to juggle with footy at times and the commute from Mornington to here, but it was a good experience.
What year levels were you teaching in that placement?
I was a bit all over the place, so I did year 7 and 8 and then 11 and 12.
the year 11 and 12, obviously they're probably taller than you, but they're also like also getting to a close age. So is it hard to sort of control a room of 18-year-olds?
Yeah, a little bit. It's sort of hard to like differentiate between building a relationship and like being friends with them at that age.
Yeah.
And then trying to keep that sort of authority and teacher rapport. But yeah, got there in the end.
Give me a teacher voice.
Yeah.
I don't have a teacher voice. I think I'm too friendly. I'm just normal. I need to get a teacher voice. You have to teach me.
What do they call you, Miss Hanks?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god!
But some people recognize me. So like I had people calling out to me like Hanksy, like calling me Hanksy in the school, and I was like, oh, I don't think that's okay.
Juggling fame and a teaching career.
No, not at all.
It was also your 21st birthday recently in lockdown.
Yep.
5-day
lockdown.
Was it an exciting one? What did you do?
Didn't really get up to anything. So we got hit with that 5-day lockdown, but I think we'll do something after the season. Mum let me put in my dinner and dessert order, so that was my birthday. Pork with crackle, has to have crackle, mash and veggies, and then dessert, sticky day pudding.
Mash and veggies on your birthday as the one go-to.
The pork is the main part, and
Okay.
then you just treat yourself with the sticky day.
Well, we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back after this with a very special guest that knows you very well, Lily Mithen. It's nearly your birthday, so we thought we'd get on a close friend.
Thanks to our co-principal partner and podcast sponsor, Zurich Insurance. For over 100 years, they've been insuring the people and things you truly love. And just like you, they truly love footy and they truly love the D's.
Welcome back to Lil and Ben. Now, we've got one of the game's great commentators. We've got a Casey Scorpion legend, but most importantly, Lil, your manager, Nigel Carmody. Nigel, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks, Lil. You probably only made one correct statement there. I'm Lil's manager. I don't know about the two first ones.
Well, no, you've actually missed one. The biggest one is the mayor of Elwood. He is the king strutting around Ormond Road. Is that right?
No, I think there's a few that would have me covered there, Lil. I think you and Kate would be the probably equal joint seeds for, is it Lady Mayor or Mayoress of Elwood?
I don't know. I'll take either.
How close are you to neighbours?
Far enough away.
Hey, I've been good. I've offered babysitting duties. I try and help. I'm a good neighbourly.
I thought I had some intel from my wife last Sunday leading into the Bulldogs game. She said, I saw Lily and Kate up the street. They're really excited for the game. And then, went to the match fully expecting to see both of them run out there and then no number 10. So, that was a bit disappointing, but good to see her back in the team on the weekend.
It was all part of the play. Just convince Kim and no one else will know.
We could put together a pretty good AFLW team if it was state of suburb or origin and just Elwood. You've got Jordan Ivey and Phoebe McWilliams from Geelong living a little bit further up from you guys, and I'm sure there's 4 or 5 others we can't think of.
Lil said you've got 2 daughters. Any chance that they would one day pull on the boots?
I hope so. If they want to play footy, at least we now have a proper opportunity for them to do it, from the time they start Auskick all the way through, as we're now seeing some of the draftees do. We've just across the road from Waddy Watson Oval in Elwood, where the St Kilda City Juniors run around of a Sunday. So, if they want to have a run at some stage, that'd be good. Amelia's 2.5, and she's just starting to sort of cotton on to the footy and the cricket over summer, and she was watching a bit of tennis. We sort of started to teach her about watching Ash, as in Ash Barty, which was good. So she hasn't quite been bitten by the footy bug yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Is she a Jennifer Brady fan?
Yeah, surely Jennifer Brady fan. But what about jockey? You'd have the races on enough for her to...
She can certainly identify with Lily, and she certainly identifies with the horses as well. As you can imagine, both AFLW and racing are on pretty regularly in our house. Maybe not as much as Bluey and Peppa Pig at the moment, but probably 3rd and 4th.
Most important question is, how is Lily Mithen to play and manage?
She's good because she's got a very good team behind her. I'm just one of a bigger group that's responsible for Lil Inc. Bella Hines and Cam Ruffhead do a great job at TLA from a commercial point of view. And I think Lil would probably be screening my calls, but happy to take Bellas and Ruffs because there's usually $1 attached.
That's not true. That is definitely not true.
Well, you are from very good bloodlines when it comes to being business minded. Of course, your father's doing wonderful things with Rosemont Stud, and the Austins have basically created jobs for most of Geelong. So you're from pretty good stock when it comes to knowing what to do business-wise.
Loves a cashy.
Yeah, who doesn't love a cashy? It's hard not to.
And you do have about 4 jobs at the moment.
Wow, I've pared that back a little bit. But TLA, great place to work. You and I were co-workers for a little bit when I did a little bit of work in there. Did you rate me as a colleague or better to manage?
I think it's more so now that we're actually able to get back into the office again and welcome important clients like you back into the office soon, Lil. But Ben, to give you some insight, when Lil comes into the office, have you ever seen an episode of Entourage where like you'd see Drama and Turtle get sort of shunted off down to sort of like the 3rd or 4th floor? Lil's more Vinny Chase, like the office stops when she walks in and everyone's quick to sort of turn their head and go, oh, Lily's here.
It's the same as the footy club.
Very popular and very well liked, but also, as you would expect, she's got time for everyone as well and made some very good friends in the business, that's for sure.
You've also had to commentate Lily Mithen, in particular a semi-final and a certain goal. How do you enjoy yelling out Lily Mithen's name?
Yeah, it was hopefully a moment we were able to convey, and I think that's the big job of commentary is if you're not excited and enjoying the moment, then there's no chance that people at home can. So, yeah, it was a remarkable game of footy, and it was just a remarkable day. I mean, I'm heading off with my family for a holiday tomorrow. We've got a wedding in Merimbula in southern New South Wales. So I'm actually having the weekend off from commentary, and this is the first time I've been on a plane since flying to Sydney for the GWS final last year. So it just shows how quickly that sort of 12 months or so has gone. But it was a remarkable day when you think that the team had kicked, I think, 1 goal to 3/4 time, kicks 2 in the last 3 minutes to win. And Lil walked into Giant Stadium that day having never kicked a goal in AFLW and slotted 2 goals, 35, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. And the second one of them was obviously the one that was the game winner.
Yeah, you're known for your one line. That was good commentary by you that day. As you can imagine, I've watched it back numerous times. But you had another good one on the weekend about Kate and I, or something about passing dishes in the sink or something. What are some other good ones that you've went with?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. It was, again, after that you two seemed to just go and have a kick-to-kick session by yourselves for about 35 seconds out on the right forward flank to the left of the screen at Victoria Park. It's hard to recall too much of calls over time. It is always interesting sort of what comes to mind. I did one last year in a game down in Hobart between the Crows and North Melbourne. In the early minutes of the game, Adelaide, they got belted, but they did kick the first one. I think it was Renee Forth might have handballed one through a couple of sets of legs to Danielle Ponta, who kicked the goal, or vice versa. And I said after it, I'll buy her a gift card as a thank you for the hand pass, which, again, it's one of those things where your brain and your mouth have to connect in a split second. And sometimes what comes out hopefully works, or hopefully in some way it conveys what's happened in the moment. But that was one of the more left field ones.
It's been a big couple of days for commentary. Obviously, Bruce McAvaney announced his retirement yesterday. Hopefully, you can step into his role. Everyone knows that he loved to call Cyril Rioli's name. Are there players in particular that you like to commentate?
I love commentating everyone. Obviously, you don't want to have any favourites, but I think probably not dissimilar to the Cyril for Bruce, and you've seen it with other players. The commentators gravitate to Anthony Hudson's, 13-13 with Buddy Franklin and calls like that. They're iconic, but he's done an incredible job. He has changed the game. He's been someone who's brought that craft forward in the late 20th and early 21st century, but he's also one of those people who's had extraordinary success, but he has time for everyone. And I actually had a phone call and a voicemail from him in the middle of last year, the depths of the pandemic, when I got asked to do a bit of work for Seven on the racing coverage, and he just rang to say good luck. And he didn't need to, but it's just a mark of the man and how team focused and how much of a gentleman he is.
Well, hopefully we can see you spending a bit more time on Channel 7 in his replacement. Nige, thanks very much for your time. Enjoy the weekend off, and I'm sure we'll see you at the D's game very soon. Thanks,
Ben, and good work finding a way to keep Lil under wraps for 20 minutes a week.
Great to hear from Nigel Carmody, a good friend of yours and a very entertaining media personality. Now, Lil, we have to firstly do a keyword. We've done it every week. Interesting to see if anyone actually has been keeping track of them. Hopefully they have, because they can win a signed jumper at the end of the year. Have you got a word for this week?
Of course, it's birthday. It's my birthday. It's all about me, of course. Keyword, birthday.
Love it. Hopefully someone's jotting that down. Final of the week is another segment we do. Have you got something for us this week?
Yeah, this one, I feel a little bit bad stitching this person up because they had such a big influence on our week and we drew lots of inspiration from her this week. But my final of the week goes to KP. KP was asked from the coaching staff to give us a short video before we run out in our jumpers that she had created. And short video in KP's eyes was probably a short video to what Mick envisaged. The video was just over 5 minutes, which took up all of Mick's coaching time, so maybe that's why we lost.
The
because
game
Mick
did
couldn't
start-
actually coach.
The game started a minute or two late.
Well,
May
potentially
have
that's
been
why. Like, we hardly did our, in the change room warm-up because we were listening to KP and she got really cute and emotional and we're all crying. And here we are watching a 5-minute video crying before we're meant to run out. So, final of the week goes to KP. Yes, she had a massive influence and, yeah, loved running out the jumper. Shame we couldn't do her proud and win in the colours, but
She can't coach.
she can't coach because she takes up the coach's time. So, there's a fine. Thanks. What's her name? KP. You get the fine.
All right. Hopefully no pre-game pep talk from KP this week. We got the Saints. Big game.
Big game.
We owe the Saints. It was they got us last year. Hungry to bounce back.
I struggled that game.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing.
Oh, I remember. You were lurking behind me and just, yeah.
I was vocal.
She's quite scary when she's
I
not
know.
playing.
I actually, I was a bit vocal today. I mean, on the weekend. Jessie, our ops manager, she does the rotations. And
Tough
she,
job.
Yeah, always pulled my jumper back and says, behind the line. But then this week needed to be like, Lil, calm down. So I feel like against the Saints last year, watching that, I needed a Lil, calm down. No, Lil, seriously, calm down. But I didn't get it, so I continued to yell.
Are you vocal on the field?
What do you reckon? Like, in terms of calling and instruction, I'd say I'm vocal, but...
Chirp.
And I would give it a little bit of a, ball, surely, where's my head? But none of... I never go at opposition players.
I'm guessing you're not too chirpy.
Nah, pretty quiet.
Do you,
I don't really say anything.
do you get along with the umpires?
She puts her arms out and says,
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Here I am. Give it to me.
I actually called for it pretty loud on the weekend. Actually, the umpire in the other game, he in the middle of the game was like, "Oh, who's your runner?" And I said, "Oh, his name's John." He's like, "Oh, I went to school with John." That's the only talk I had with the umpire on the weekend.
No, someone actually noticed that. They were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Hanksy's trying to get him in the umpire.
Yeah,
Get
votes.
some votes."
Votes.
Yeah, 3
Maybe-
votes for that.
maybe it
Oh,
worked.
maybe
Hopefully.
2 or 1 because they won.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'd give 3.
I always shake the umpire's hand.
Shake.
Believe it or not, I do.
Every little thing helps.
It does.
All right. This has been great fun. Lil, happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hanksy, thanks for joining us. It was
Thanks,
good to
mate.
get a little bit out of you.
Yeah.
See you again next week, Lil.
Thanks, Hanksy. I love you. Thanks, Ben.
I love you.
I love you.